A guten Erev Shabbos to everyone, davening with Parshat Shemot. In Parshat Shemot, twice, God mentions Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And in that order. At one time, he hears the cries of the Jewish people, Vayiskor, and he remembers Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov and what he promised them. And then when he tells Moshe to go to the Jewish people, he says, tell them I am the Lord of their forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And yet, in the book of Vayikra, when God says he's going to remember his covenant with the Jewish people, it says, V'zacharti et briti Yaakov, v'afret briti Yitzchak, v'afret briti Avraham eskol, v'ha'aretz eskor, putting Yaakov first, then Yitzchak, and then Avraham. Same thing happens in davening. In the Amida, it's Elohei Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, chronological order. In the Uva L'Tzion, it's Titen Emet LiYaakov, Chesed LaAvraham, Asher Nishpat LaAvotenu Mimei Kedem. Namely, it's Yaakov before Avraham. Is there any significance to this particular order, or is it just random? Says the Tosefta and Kritut, there is. Chazal say, Melamed sheshkolin ze lazeh. Namely, you shouldn't think for a moment that Avraham is worth more than Yitzchak or is worth more than Yaakov. They're all equal. They all contributed to the Jewish people in different ways, and thus they are all equal patriarchs of the Jewish people. And thus the Torah sometimes has the order this way, and sometimes it has the order that way. And I believe there's a message here that we all have to internalize. And the message is very, very clear. When you come to shul, you sometimes believe that he's more important than me or she's more important than me. There is no such thing. The truth of the matter is, even though there's different rules and regulations, what Kohanim do, what non-Kohanim do, once you're past the age of bar bat mitzvah, we all have an equal obligation to daven. We all have an equal stature when you count a minyan. The fact that he's a rabbi, he doesn't count for two. And if he's just a 13-year-old, he counts for half. When you go ahead and you count a minyan, everyone's equal. And more importantly, even if you don't get an aliyah, even if you don't daven for an amud, even if you don't make the announcements after davening, you're as equal as everyone else because everyone amalgamates into a kahal, into one community. And I believe that the fact is that when in davening, once we say Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and once we say Yaakov before Avraham, it's to teach us. Don't think for a moment that in shul there are statures, that in shul there are tiers, but rather, when you come into the confines of a synagogue, every Jew is worth the same. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom.